We'd like to welcome everybody to Trust Arena. This is the home of the two cheap cars, Super City Rangers. Tonight's thing is going to be a good matchup going against the Wellington Saints. I'm the commentator. My name is Adrian Showtime Boyd, and alongside myself, we got Mr. Greg Elliott.
How are you, my man?
We're going great. So tonight's game, we're going to make sure we kick everything off right. But right now, we're about to kick into the coaches side of things, give you guys a little feedback on what the coaches had to say about tonight's game, and go from there. Here is Mr. Dylan Boucher, who gives us 25 years of NBL experience. First of all, we'd like to ask him a couple questions. So, Dylan, as tonight's game, what has been the main focus we need to work on tonight for us to get a win against the Wellington Saints?
Yeah, we've had a good week of training, and we've got all of our imports in play now, so we feel like we're primed. We've had 2 games under our belt, and we probably let the first one slip. Second one we didn't play great, so we're looking forward to a more polished performance on both ends of the floor tonight, and then hopefully we can come away with the win against the Saints.
You talk about the 2 new imports. What do the 2 new imports bring to the team so far?
Yeah, we've got, I guess, a mixture with the 3 imports we have. Devin Scott, who's just joined us, he's obviously a big man, 6'9", can both score and rebound and block shots, good athlete. He'll help us on the interior. We've got Clay Wilson, who, again, he can shoot from anywhere on the floor, anywhere over halfway, he'll let it fly, and he's got some quickness about him too. And then obviously Junior Ale, who's again a guy who comes in, brings some intensity, brings the talk, he brings the level of enthusiasm up. He's a great penetrator, can knock down mid-range jumpers and the 3-ball as well. So we're expecting big things out of those guys tonight, and hopefully it'll carry us through to have a successful game tonight and also a successful season.
Going against the Wellington Saints, the 2-time NBL champions. Plus, on top of that, they did lose their first game. What do you think the main focus for the Rangers to get going with for us to definitely go away with the win?
Yeah, we have to slow them down. They're a fast team. Obviously, Shea Elliott, point guard spot, is a very dominating force. We need to slow him down first and foremost, and get a good hand up on all their shooters. They're a very good shooting team, as well as got some interior experience and presence in there as well. So slowing them down with speed, and then on the offensive end for us, it'll be picking the speed up and being able to push the ball ourselves and not give them up anything easy in transition.
There you go, Mr. Dylan Boucher giving you 25 years of experience, as well as the Super City Rangers. Hopefully they can come away with a win tonight. Thanks a lot, Dylan. So, Kevin, with your imports that's coming on, you need good quality imports to add to the flavor of your team, as well as the talent scope of your team. Can you tell us a little bit about your imports?
Well, we have LJ Peak. I'll start off with him. Guys won't know him out here. He's a hell of a guard. He played limited minutes against Southland because he got into foul trouble. He's coming from a different league where it's a little bit more physical, so he got into foul trouble early. Never got his rhythm, so hopefully he comes out and a little bit more understanding of the league now, how the refs call it. Should be better and he's exciting to watch. Very athletic, can shoot the ball. You got Majuk played in Melbourne United with championship winning team over there in the ANBL. He's exciting to watch, gets up and down the floor, contest shots, great in the post. But he's a really good guy. And Sean Bruce is another guy coming over from Brisbane, QBL MVP 2 years in a row and won 2 championships. So we just added a great mix of guys.
Hi guys, Tom Abercrombie from the Tall Blacks here. I bet you didn't know, but the TAB are big funders of basketball in New Zealand, and Mark's here with a cool new offer.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting for basketball fans out there. If you haven't got a TAB account, download the app and use the promo code BBALL20. Do a $20 deposit, we'll match it, so your balance will be 40 plus we give Basketball New Zealand $20 as well. It's a pretty good offer.
So if a new customer signs up, they get a $20 bonus, plus Basketball New Zealand gets $20 as well.
That's right, Alex. It's a pretty good deal. Do remember, BBALL20 in the promo code when you download the app and put in an account. Enjoy it, have fun. Basketball's a great game.
Okay, so for tonight's matchup for the 2 cheap cars Super City Rangers, we got number 1, Ana Haku. Number 3, Clayton Wilson. Number 4, Lindsay Tate. Number 8, Brooke Roscoe. Number 10, Junior Ali. Number 11, Dominique Kelman Putu. Number 12, Joe Eli Va'ania. Number 23, we got Saeed Cohn. Number 24, the legendary Dylan Boucher. Number 32, Carl Buck. And number 45, the import from the States, Devin Scott. The head coach is Mr. Jeff Green. Now we're into the Cigna Saints. We got number 2, LJ Peak. Number 4, Jackson Stubbins. Number 7, Sean Bruce. Number 8, William Heather. Number 11, Jordan Naitai. Number 15, Leon Henry. Number 20, Beanie Anthony Jr. Number 22, Majuk is right. You got to say it twice. Number 50, Shane Tamara. And number 55, Shay Illy. Head coach is Kevin Braswell.
Man, I am excited for this one, AB. This is going to be a legit matchup here between two very good teams.
Oh, yes. So, what's your name? The voice that you're actually hearing is Mr. Greg Elliott. And we also got the referees for tonight's game. We got Ryan Jones, Marty Davison, and Deran Pugh. He's out there today.
Who are our starters today, AB? Who we got out there?
The starters today, we got Dominique Kilman Putu. We got number 45, Devin Scott for the Rangers. Also, number 3, Clay Wilson. And my main man, Lindsey Tate at number 4. And number 10 is Junior Ali for the Rangers. For the Wellington Saints, Leon Henry's on the floor. Number 2, LJ Peaks is out there. Jordan Naitai. And don't forget, number 22, Majuk. And the legendary star for the Wellington Saints for the past 2 years, Shay Illy at the point. So we got a jump ball happening underway. And the first possession's going to go to the Super City Rangers.
Junior Ali with the start there, too?
Oh, yeah. So you got Dom, he's looking over. Passes over to Clay Wilson. Now we're going down low to Devin Scott. Turns around for a jump shot, a little bit too strong. Shay Illy gets the rebound. As he patrols down the court, looking to step the offense. Makes a fast pass over to the side. Back up at the top, trying to get the inside presence for Majuk.
That's such a good name. That's such a good name.
Oh, yeah.
Recently just signed a 1-year deal with the Breakers as well, I believe.
Oh, he's a force to be reckoned with down low. That's just for sure. He rebounds hard, runs the floor. According to B.J. Anthony, it's like he is a tough matchup for anybody.
You know, B.J. is saying that he must be tough.
Oh, yeah. So he has the ball right now, proves his weight, dumps it down low, gets himself 2 points. So Majuk puts Wellington Saints on the board. So now the score is 0-2 with the Wellington Saints on top. Now you got dribbling the ball at the top, pass it to LT. Back out to Devin Scott. Splash!
That'll do wonders for his confidence.
Yes, nailed it outside shot. So now we got ourselves a ball game. We're 2-2, all tied up. Shay Illy passes on to Leon Henry. Over to Majuk. Trying to get LJ Peaks under. Oh, strong man from underneath.
That is a specimen right there, AB. That is a big human being.
Oh, yeah. LJ Peaks comes from Georgetown. He's definitely one of those guys where it's like he is definitely all that in a bag of chips. He's very, very talented. According to Mr. Kevin Braswell, he can do it all. He's a strong guard that can rebound, score, and shoot.
KB, also an ex-Georgetown alum, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So now we're in another fast break for the Saints. Looking at, once again, number 2, LJ Peak. Lindsey Tate comes up the court, patrolling the offense for the Saints. Trying to get him to the floor of the offense. Makes a pass out to Devin Scott. Over to Junior Ali. There you go. Nice shot. Bang, bang. Mr. Ali put the Rangers up. So now we're at 4-6.
I like this matchup here. LT versus Shay. Sort of the master and the apprentice going at it.
Oh, yeah. Leon Henry takes chances on his outside three-pointer. Comes up a little bit too strong. Now Clay Wilson brings up the court. Pass over to Dom. Passes over to Devin Scott. Now we got Junior Ali. And he shoots another shot. Splash for 3. Woo-wee.
Never looked like missing.
Oh, no. Junior Ali is at the Rangers training. He is definitely a force to be reckoned. This guy can do it all. He can score. He's a very big, strong guard. He plays a very physical game. And now we got another steal from the Super City Rangers.
Ooh, we pulled that one up from distance.
Oh, yeah, that's Clay Wilson. Clay Wilson has a beautiful shot. They actually got him out there for the Rangers because of his outside shooting capabilities. The guy can nail threes like he wouldn't believe.
Clay Wilson, he's out of Princeton. He played pro ball in Germany and did his Achilles or his ankle, I believe, and went home back to Tulsa for surgery, became a head coach, and now he's over here applying his trade. So All the best to him. Bit of a sharpshooter, I'm told.
Oh, yes. And he's loving his time in New Zealand. You should see him. He's like a gym rat. He's always in the gym at all times, trying to get those shots up.
Much like yourself, AB.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we got LJ Peaks going to the hoop. Nice and strong.
Silky finish.
Everything for him has been right at the basket. Hopefully the Rangers can stop that penetration from the Saints. Doesn't look like they're doing too much of the offense besides doing a simple pass and cut.
I don't think Coach Green will be too happy with the ease that they're getting to the basket.
Oh, yeah. But if you look at it, the Saints are pretty much using their height and their advantage in the inside. Majuk is down low again. Now we're back out to LT for the three-point shot, and it's good. Lindsey Tate for three.
Not a renowned three-point shooter, but that did not look like missing at all.
Not at all.
Nice touch, LT. Nice touch.
So here we go. That's number 2. That's LJ Peaks. So this is Devin Scott going to the hoop nice and strong. Ooh, no call. So we got Shea Illy going down. Score is 10-10. Ooh, Shea Illy for three. A little bit too strong for Shea. Rebound by Dom.
Leon Henry, Dominic Kelman-Porto going a bit at it there, bringing the ball up court.
Uh-oh. LJ Peaks gets the ball again. Big, strong guard. Once again, it can do it all. Loves attacking the basket. He's very strong with it, but this time too strong. Ooh. Got him for the offensive foul on LJ Peak.
Marty Davison there and spotting a little something. Calling the offensive foul.
Oh, yes. So now we got a substitution into the game. We got the legendary Mr. Dylan Boucher coming in for the Super City Rangers. Dylan gives us 25 years of experience playing in the NBL. 25 years.
That is crazy.
Oh, yeah. He remember when the basketball was a rock. I'm telling you, 25 years. But he's still doing it. He's out there just about at every training, hustling his butt off.
Now, I played against Dylan recently, and I thought he, after all those years, might be a bit, might have slowed down a bit, but hey, he is a crafty player.
I tell everybody, with Dylan Boucher, the only thing he's going to bring to each and every game is his experience. I mean, he got to be one of the smartest players in the NBL today, because he knows when to take charges. He knows what the offense is doing. He can read things well in advance. His athleticism may not be there anymore, but his clued up to the game and his smartness of the game and understanding the game is by far one of the highest IQs of basketball that we can actually think of.
Probably one of the better passing men, big men in the league too.
Oh yeah, that's
absolutely amazing touch.
Yeah, you got to leave him open at the three-point line. Here we go, but he handles the ball. Once again, he's going at the basket, and the young fella, Dylan Boucher, in for two.
I think he heard you say that athleticism was gone.
Oh yeah. I won a couple championships with Dylan back in 95, 96, and 97. So, yeah, it's been an ex-teammate of mine and a good friend as well. So now we look at a turnover for the Wellington Saints. Rangers ball. Score is 13-10. LT brings the ball up the court. Looking to assess the offense. They can run a solid play out of this. We got a screen for Splash.
Let that fly, boy.
Clay Wilson shoots a three. There we go. That's the start that the Rangers always wanted from Mr. Jeff Green. 18-10.
KB putting the whistle in.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't like what he saw. Bringing the boys in to have a chat about it.
There you go. It seemed as though Wellington came out trying to dominate in the inside with all their height. They seem like they got a couple easy ones underneath, using the strong guards to go down low, as well as Majuk in the inside. And the Rangers, at the moment, they're just shooting the ball very, very well. What do you think the Rangers would have to do tonight to actually be consistent and get a win?
I think what we've seen so far is that the Sigma Saints are just taking the ball with ease to the cup. Now I think the Rangers are going to have to lock down their defense. Maybe look at giving up the three ball rather than just letting them finish easily at the cup. So that's my 2 cents worth, AB.
But what if you were in the chair of Mr. Kevin Braswell? What do you think is over there trying to describe to his team what they need to do?
It's almost the opposite, really, isn't it? Because the Rangers are getting the shots sort of at ease. They're not really going inside too much. They do have a force there with Devin Scott, but yeah, they really need to get a hand up on these shooters, especially Clay Wilson.
Oh yeah. And far as you know, with the Super City Rangers, keep in mind, I think they're a very young team. They got their imports in, and I think it's about them gelling. But keep in mind, whenever you got a Lindsey Tate out there and a Dylan Boucher out there together, now it's about running a system. It's about doing it right. Because like I say, those guys are both veterans of the game, and they got 3 of the young guys in the league around them. 3 of the other imports, which is Clay Wilson, who's going to come out as a shooter for them. And the big fella, Devin Scott, he's playing that center position for them, but trust me, he's just a strong 3-man, and he can shoot it, he can drive, he can do it all. But back into play action we go. Wellington ball. They seem maybe getting a little bit more ball movement. Nice little pass underneath by Shea, giving it to Leon Henry, and it's an off shot. Ooh, Rangers down the court quickly. Easy, easy bunny for
very
Clay
Kevin
Wilson.
Love-esque from Dylan Boucher there with the outlet pass.
Oh, yeah, in the States we call it the old gridiron football pass down the street of the court. So now Wellington Saints probing a little bit. Shea Illy's trying to get his butt in the middle of the lane and scores.
Nice finish. Now he's going to do that all game.
Well, like I say, for the key successes for Wellington Saints usually goes around Shea. If Shea plays well, the Saints goes well. He's a classy guy as well as a excellent scorer in this league for the NBL. He scores, he can get buckets like you wouldn't believe. I mean, he plays in this league with a lot of confidence, and he turns out to be a fantastic player as far as a shooter, penetrator, passer. He has it all-around talent.
Now, a few years ago, he was with Counties Manukau, coming through the ranks, and he has just come along leaps and bounds. Shea Illy.
Excellent.
Still signed with the Breakers.
Yep.
Doing big things. Coming off a 31-point game, I believe it was, versus Southland, where they lost there at home. So both teams, Rangers 0-2, and the Saints are 0-1. So we're looking to get that W column.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Devin Scott tried to draw the foul, chucked up the shot, went in off the backboard. So now we got Shea Illy being a little bit more aggressive. I see he's trying to get to the rim.
Lucky to get away with that forearm there, AB. I thought that was quite
oh, yeah.
malicious looking.
I don't think Devin Scott, according to referees, his foots were not planted in front in the proper position. So as you run along the side, for all of our young guys that are out there, keep in mind with the referee side of things, you got to get in the right position first before you can get that offensive foul. So now the ball goes into Majuk, swinging it around the horn to LJ Peaks for 3. The big fella, Mr. B.J. Anthony Jr. is in there. Number 20, he's banging. Passes out to Shea Illy for his quick score. Now the Rangers trying to beat him down the court, but Shea comes up with the steal.
He is everywhere.
Pops it out to number 7. Ooh, a little bit too strong.
Sean Bruce played straight, I believe, with the Sydney Kings.
Yes.
In the ANBL.
Junior Ali pulls up with a short 2. Now the Rangers have a nice, comfortable lead, 22-13. Okay.
Yeah, Shea drawing the double team there. Bit of pressure. Get the ball out of his hands.
Yes. I'm just good to see Mr. B.J. Anthony Jr. out there, number 20, as well as Jordan Naitai. He's out there at the moment for the Wellington Saints.
Signed a 1-year deal, too, with the Breakers, young Naitai.
Oh, yeah. He was a development player, and trust me, he has a solid game all the way around. He's been working very hard. Whoa, B.J. Anthony's up against the glass. Back to Brooke Roscoe. Brooke Roscoe.
They can get Brooke going early. That'll be great for the Rangers.
Oh, yeah. Because he can flat out shoot it. Ooh.
Nice finish there by Sean Bruce. Another 2 for the Saints. The Rangers 24, the Cygnus Saints 16.
Splash. Junior Ali, it looked like he's feeling it. May have to do a heat check.
Now, when I went through the team list, AB, I picked out a few players that I thought, you know, could have a big game, but Junior Ali wasn't on the list, so it's very good to see him contributing.
Oh, he has been in the training side of things. If you look at his capabilities and what he can do, he's a big, strong, powerful guard. He can shoot it. He can score. This guy can just about do it all. Uh-oh, 3-on-1.
The center bringing the ball up.
What do they got there? Ooh, a little bit too strong for Junior.
You see that a lot these days, AB. 3-on-1 and they kick it out for the 3.
Yes, I guess they call it the new style of basketball. When you're pretty much old like I am, it's always like, oh, give it to the big fella underneath for easy 2. Nowadays, is if you can shoot it, you shoot it. Ooh. Oh, get it going.
I did not think BJ heard Devin Scott's footsteps in the background there.
Oh, BJ's having a tough time at the office today. That's his second shot getting blocked. The first one was blocked against the glass, and the second was blocked out of bounds by the same person. Devon Scott looked like he got BJ's number and pegged and did a scouting report.
It's good to see we got a Jordan Mills sighting there, I believe, courtside for the Saints.
Oh yes, he should be making it back to the courts. I think in about another couple weeks. He said.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate series of events there with Jordan getting suspended there due to substance in his inhaler.
Yeah. But like I say, with him at the moment, I did have a nice chit-chat with him about the preparation that the Wellington Saints were doing, about their practices and everything. And he said it's been mean. He said even though they had their first loss, he sat back and said, Adrian, the practices has been all that. They're still hungry. They're still motivated to get things going. And I told him that's a true testament of a championship team, being, for 2 years winning championships and last year not losing a game, which is very unheard of, especially in the NBL side of things.
He could have really used his 3-ball last week in that loss to Southland.
Well, yeah.
Would have been quite interesting for the Saints, obviously going 20-0 the previous season, current reigning champions, and now, being 0-1.
Big time, yes.
Missing Ty Wesley, I believe, who in my humble opinion, plays the best low post game in the Southern Hemisphere.
Oh yeah, he's a very strong, talented guy in the low post. So they kick it out to Jordan Itai. Jordan Itai has his go at the 3-point. Didn't go. And we do have substitutions into the game for the 2 cheap car Super City Rangers.
Jordan Itai has become a really reliable knockdown 3-point shooter. Obviously not there, however, I believe for the Tallbacks in the Commonwealth Games, he shot the ball very well.
Big time.
And he's really added that string to his bow.
Okay. So Jeff Green made substitution in the game. We got Brooke Roscoe. We got Carl Buck, Tepene Friday, Dylan Boucher, and the shooter, Clay Wilson. As Carl Buck brings the ball to the court, makes a pass to Tepene Friday. And we're going to find Mr. Boucher for an easy 2. There you go. Dylan, with the experience, knew where to cut to on the floor.
Good to see Coach Green with the deep rotation in the roster there.
Oh yeah, Jeff will give the boys a good run. He loves that high tempo game. He loves the guys that play with a lot of energy, so he knows he has to go to that bench a little bit earlier than what's expected.
It should be a juicy little matchup there between BJ and Tiffany Friday. These guys go way back, so I've seen it with my own eyes, and tempers could flare.
Oh yeah, big time. I'm waiting to see a good game out of number 32 for the Super City Rangers, Carl Buck. Carl Buck was a naturalized USA import. Naturalized, became a Kiwi last year. He was a fantastic player for the Rangers, for Waitakere, I should say, back in the day. And just waiting for him to overcome those, what I call those lapses of being out, to get back on the court, get back up the pace. And he can be a very dynamic player to watch.
Social media with old Carl Buck. He's definitely a gym rat as well. He's putting in a lot of work out the Breakers training facility. So yeah, wish him all the best, because you're right, he working his way back into it.
There you go. All right, so the score now, 28-19. Carl Buck handles the ball. Going up against Sean Bruce. Passes to Brooke Roscoe. Brooke probes around, see what he can find. Pass it to Dylan Boucher. Got to Tepene Friday. Good pass. Oh, seemed to have missed it. Looked like the shot clock is running down on the guys. And Brooke Roscoe does an easy sneak in underneath for the easy 2.
2 cheap cars. Super City Rangers 30, Sigma Saints 20.
Shelley brings the ball up the court. Waiting to get those high pick and rolls from that big fella, Mr. B.J. Anthony.
That's the first quarter in the books there, AB.
And the score is 30-20. And good signs of the 2 cheap car Super City Rangers.
How do you think that first quarter went?
I think it went well for the Super City Rangers, for the simple fact they love that up-tempo game. They got their guys sparking on all levels. They're shooting the ball pretty well. They're not making what I call a lot of turnovers, even though you may have 1 or 2. And I also feel as though with the Wellington Saints, it's about just getting into their groove right now. I think they're missing the boat on what they should be doing and missing assignments here and there, especially getting the ball on the inside of the lane. I think they started off well, and then I think they kind of steered away from it and being very hesitant about what they can do, what they should be doing.
I think when Wellington click, when it all clicks, they've got all the pieces. I do see them in the final when all this is said and done. But definitely be looking to get in the winning column.
Oh, keep in mind with the Wellington Saints is going to be the exact same thing. You know, with their history and what the ball club brings, with their professionalism and their attitude and what they really would like to see. It'll be hard this year. The reason why I said it was hard this year because while I never would expect them to lose a game early on, and meanwhile I'm saying that I never would expect the Rangers to be 0-2 early on as well. Remember, both of these teams made it to the semifinals last year, besides Wellington winning. So Rangers is a top 4 team, and I thought they'd come out a little bit stronger now than what they ever would have done.
The Rangers quite unlucky. Went down to Canterbury, popped an L versus the Rams, and then were comprehensively beaten by, I don't want to say the surprise package of the season so far, but the Nelson Giants are looking the business, coming off a big win last night versus Southland. But they are emerging as a real threat.
Like I said, this year, it's like you said, all the teams to me, I don't think we have that weak link team. Even Hawke's Bay even got a good win.
Oh, that
came off. And like I say, when you get Nelson getting win, Hawke's Bay's getting wins, and your top teams getting losses early, it's like I'm hoping that we got a very competitive season this year throughout. The only thing I can tell you is, man, with all the imports that we got coming on being new faces, it's so hard to sit back and take any of these teams for to have a big advantage on anything. Home court advantage means nothing now.
Teams allowed 3 imports now as well, so
yes,
a lot of Australian imports in the league. We got Sean Bruce here, Jared Weeks, who's killing it down in Chicago, Southland. Welcome to the Breakers, Jared Weeks.
Yes. So now we start to begin another second quarter. Score is 30-20. Saints get the ball. Pass it over to Sean Bruce. He's on against Penne Friday. He's trying to stay in front to Penne. There you go. Guard creates something. And Dylan Boucher, he's doing it all. Getting rebounds, making good passes, and scoring. So there's nothing Mr. Dylan Boucher can't do in this league. And every night, he usually put his body on the line every night. Carl Bruck brings the ball up the court. Probes around, finds Brooke Roscoe on the wing. Makes an easy pass to Mr. Dylan Boucher. You notice on Dylan Boucher, everyone sags off. Main reason why you have to sag off Dylan, because his shot is not 100% from the outside, but he will give it a go, that's for sure.
When he sets that screen, he swings the caboose with quite a powerful, it gets you.
Oh, yeah. So the Carl Buck drives to the basket for an easy 2.
Carl will be happy to see that go through the net there just for his confidence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go.
He could get into the rim. Relentless.
Yes. Like, remember, L.J. Lee Peak, he is a very, very big, strong guard. Brooke Roscoe decided, you can do it, I can do it too.
Leon Henry was not going to let him have that.
Oh, no. As part of that championship pedigree, it was like nothing easy.
Oh, the stalwart of the NBL, Leon Henry.
Yeah, Leon's been around for quite some time. He's been to a couple of different teams. Seemed to be in a little bit of a foul trouble at the moment. I think Mr. Kevin Braswell substituted him right away, knowing full well we may need him down the stretch. So the Saints are going with L.J. Peaks, Shea Illy, Sean Bruce, Jordan Naitai, and don't forget the new guy, Shane Tamara. Brooke Roscoe on his second shot.
Usually automatic from the free throw line, Brooke.
Yep. Swish.
LT returning for Roscoe. Now, very sad news. I think I heard LT looking to hang the boots up at the end of the season.
Ooh. I don't know. He's playing some really good basketball at about now. And I think he'll be one of those guys at the end of the season. You don't know if he's going to change his mind or keep it going. I would love to see him actually keep going with things until the game tell him to give it up, because he is a very exciting player. He's still got the speed, the quickness.
Well, he dropped 19 against Canterbury, AB, so if you're dropping 19 in the league, I don't think you should be looking to hang it up anytime soon.
There you go. Plus, on top of that, he brings a lot of energy. I mean, I tell everybody, when the Rangers are doing good, he's doing good. You see, he's happy. He's smiling on everything. Mr. Jeff Green, Coach Jeff Green, loves him to pieces, knowing full well he's more than capable of running the whole show for the Two Cheap Cars Super City Rangers, and he's doing a fantastic job.
I'm sure that the referees would be happy to hear of Lindsay hanging them up. Always in the ear of the referees. I believe I had a decent Lindsay Tate story. He threw the ball at me one day, and I turned around and the ref just looked at me, and I said, "Did he throw the ball at me?" And the ref goes, "Yeah," but he didn't want any problems with LT, so he let it slide. So
yeah, that is a good story then.
Shea, very aggressive.
Yep, trying to get to the basket. We got a foul on Junior Ellie, trying to stay in front of Shea Ellie. And Shea is, well, like I say, he's one of the quickest point guards, not only in the NBL, I'm just in New Zealand, period. This guy is super quick. I think there's nothing he pretty much can't do. He can get to the basket, he can score, he can shoot. Like I say, he's one of the main reasons for the Tall Blacks and their success side of things. And he's still young and up and coming, so he has a lot of potential and a very, very bright future.
What's interesting there, EB, is Coach Kevin Braswell there's rumors that Shea will take over, be given the reins at the Breakers. I think Jared Weeks, who's recently signed, playing for the Southland Sharks, I think he's going to back up Shea. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes as a starter in the ANBL.
Excellent. So as we were just watching, Sean Bruce took a three-point shot, and Lindsay Tate decided to go for a quick run and jump, and wow, clipped him on the wrist. Now he's shooting for a 4-point play, and it's good. Two Cheap Cars Super City Rangers sitting on 37. Wellington Saints, after that 4-point play, sitting on 26. Kicks the ball to Anahaku. Now Anahaku's into the game. This guy gonna bring you a lot of spears, a lot of quickness, a lot of aggression. He brings it all. Here we go. Devin Scott, too strong. There you go. Anahaku with the hustle. Bring the ball to court. Here it goes. Anahaku's trying to set the offense up. Passes over to Dom. Dom is looking for the shooter. Here's our shooter, Clay. Good pass into Dom.
Great finish.
And it's not only is the bucket happening, but yes, potential three-point play.
Now, that's my guy, AB. That's my teammate over at Harbour. He drops a lot of points.
Oh yeah,
averages about 30 to 40 for us.
Kelman Putu.
I'm getting my 6 to 8, but yeah, he's averaging about 40.
Excellent. He's a rookie into the league this year and having a fantastic game so far. Very aggressive, runs the floor well, and he's strong and knows how to set some solid screen. Shea Illy decided to select the three. And once again, now we got a highlight coming through. LJ Peak goes upstairs. You don't box him out, it's definitely going to be a tip dunk back in.
I did tell Dom, though, he definitely needs to upgrade those kicks, because you can't be running around those purple kicks, Dom.
Good pass. There you go.
Well, you can do whatever you want if you're finishing, if you're taking to the rack like that.
I think now we're just seeing the skill and the testament of Devin Scott. You know, he's like I tell everybody, he's a nice 3-4 player. He can not only can he score and shoot, he's also a good passer. As you can see, Dom was cutting to the basket, found him as a cutter. Now he's back at the line shooting 2.
Did you see this, AB, the Saints being down early to the Rangers? I did not think the Saints would be trailing by this much and by this time.
Oh, not at all. But like I said, the most beautiful thing about the NBL now is, like, man, it's not over yet. You know, you got another half, you got another quarter. I'm pretty sure with the expertise of Kevin Braswell, he'll go back to the drawing board and tell the guys what they really need to do, and hopefully Jeff Green can keep his army in place and let them know exactly what they got to continue to do to keep this as a win for them.
Rangers shooting well from the free throw line.
Oh yeah.
Brooke dropped a couple, and we've got Don there, just dropped a couple.
So the score is 41 for the Two Cheap Cars Super City Rangers to 28 for the Wellington Saints. So everybody's doing really, really good at the moment for the 2 cheap cars. Everyone seems as though they're contributing, keeping things going, keeping things alert. Looking at just about where the rebounds are at. You know, at the slight edge of the defensive rebounds for the Wellington Saints for 6-3. Well as the offensive rebounds. You know, Wellington Saints are, you know, they got 2 offensive rebounds getting those second chance points, but usually they tell everybody if you can control the boards, you can control the game, and I just think Super City Rangers are just shooting the ball very, very well. So now we got Shea Illy bringing the ball up the court. He makes a pass to LJ Peak.
Tamara and Majok out there, those are 2 big bodies.
Oh, yes.
Tamara, oh.
And it's a nice shot. Ooh.
I don't know if he's got that in his arsenal, but he definitely let it fly.
There you go. Now we got my main man, Lindsay Tate. Anu, and ooh. Ana Haku's been around for quite some time.
I don't think he's ever seen a shot that he doesn't like either, AB. He definitely likes to let it fly.
Oh, yeah. Ana's definitely, he's a go-getter. He goes at 100 miles an hour at all times. There's no such thing as 3rd gear or 4th gear out of him. Everything is 1 gear. He just goes and goes and goes and never gets tired. So he's at the line shooting 2. Ooh.
Off the back iron there.
Not good. A little bit too strong for Ana. And all in participation for him actually nailing this shot. Got to keep hope alive. And he shoots and scores. Here we go. Now Shea Illy's trying to get a better movement. Makes a pass to Sean Bruce. Back out to Shea. Majuk to our main man, VJ Anthony Jr. Back to Shea.
Oh. Bit of a singlet grab, maybe a hold. Benny definitely letting referee know his thoughts on the matter.
Oh, yeah. Well, BJ Anthony's at the point now where it's like he knows what the plays has to be, but he can get an advantage on things. Even if it's throwing an elbow or giving a slight little nudge or that extra pick, he will do it. It may be illegal, but he would try. Here we go. We got Ana Haku. Pass it out to Dom.
Great
backdoor cut to Lindsay Tate for
Easy
2
bucket.
easy ones underneath.
Hopefully we'll see BJ Anthony's spin move. One of the clears a lot of space.
Oh, yeah. So we got Sean Bruce brings the ball up the court. Skips over to Shea Illy. And now we got a shot for a 3 from LJ Peak.
He is into everything, AB.
Oh, he can shoot it. He can rebound. Oh, good pass.
The Cygnus Saints are going to have to do something about this, these driving Rangers, because they're attacking the cup relentlessly. We got 44 points there to the 2 cheap cars. Super City Rangers, Cygnus Saints 30.
And Devin Scott at the line shooting 2. It seems as though every time down, you know, the Saints, I think they really need to work on those defensive rotations. Either the Saints, either the 2 cheap cars Rangers are getting an easy 2 points from a layup or a good shot, or they're drawing the foul. And I think that Coach Kevin Braswell, he's sitting back saying, guys, we gotta hustle back defensively. We gotta stop these guys. We gotta do our assignments. We gotta pretty much get everything in place for get our defensive set.
Off the court there, BJ Anthony just kicked the chair nearly 3 rows back.
Yeah, signs of frustration.
Bit of word 2 there from the assistant coach. Hopefully he harnesses that aggression and brings it out onto the court. We got Shea with the rock.
To Jordan Natai. Now we're going another screen back out. LJ Peak has it. Watch out. You never know what you're going to get. Ooh.
Then we managed to throw that up and over the backboard there.
And Dominique. Kelman Putu. Fouls on him, trying to stay in front of LJ Peak. So the Wellington Saints taking the ball out underneath the basket. Can't wait to see what the set play they're going to run out of this. And it was excellent defense so far by the Rangers.
Yeah, Lindsay expressing his concern with the referee.
Oh, yeah.
Not for the, it won't be the first time, and it won't be the last time either.
Actually, you got the professional referees out there. Remember, you got Ryan Jones out there, Marty Davison, Duran Pugh. And then you got Shea Illy at the top, kicks it out to Jordan Naitai for a splash for 3. Just the way Mr. Kevin Raswell drew it up on the doggone playbook. So now going down the other way, Clay Wilson kicks it out to Mr. Dylan Boucher. Over to Ana Haku. Back out to Devin Scott, and he gets to the bucket quite easily. Splash for 2. Now we got ourselves a game.
The Cygnus Saints have kept import Clay Wilson quite quiet so far.
Ooh. All right. We got a goaltending call on Devin Scott as Sean Bruce tried to get to the basket. Super City Rangers ball, 46-36. 2 cheap cars, Super City Rangers. Lindsey Tate brings it up. Makes a pass to Dylan. Nice little backdoor cut.
I think that's a matchup that they could look to exploit. Lindsay quite a bit taller than Shea. Maybe get him down the low block. He's definitely got some post-game LT.
Yeah, I think that the Rangers are trying to manipulate the fact where it's like Shea Illy has great exterior defense, where it's like, you know, if you set a screen on him, maybe you can set a nice screen on the guard. The bigs are finding it easy to set a screen on guards and have Lindsay cut to the basket or more or less hopefully get a switch from it. Because they do have a big unit out there, and anybody in front of Lindsay besides Shea, let's say matchup problems. So now we got Majuk.
Oh, and 1.
Ooh, that's a foul on Devin Scott. Just trying to be in front of Majuk. And he's asking questions. What did I do? What did I do? And I'm pretty sure we get any other American imports listening and watching this program, we always have that same thing. Refs, what did I do that was wrong? And I think as I call everybody, just getting that adjustment to what goes on and how things are actually done here and handled here in New Zealand.
See the return of Tiffany Friday coming in for Devin Scott.
Yes. So now you got Tiffany Friday, Dylan Boucher, Junior Ali, Clay Wilson, and Lindsey Tate in for the 2 cheap cars Rangers.
Tiffany Friday looking very refreshed after his trip to Coachella.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Clay Wilson just comes down, spots up, and he launches it for 3.
I may have spoke too soon, AB.
Yes.
He can heat up quick.
Well, he's a sharpshooter. They brought him in here just so he can put the guns up and rifle a couple of them. Score 49-39. Saints are looking in the inside to give it to Majuk. Good hands by Mr. Dylan Boucher. Rangers once again pushing it down the court and ooh.
With his feet set, AB, I don't know.
Ooh. Like I said, you got the quickness of Mr. Shea Illy getting down there, using his smartness and wit, and he's got in front, planning himself. According to the referees, it's a doggone charge. It's a charge on Junior Ali.
10-point game, 49-39. Your host, 2 cheap cars, Super City Rangers up.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing a legend of the game on screen now, and Benny Anthony's dad, Benny Anthony Sr.
Yes. Ben Anthony Sr. has been around for quite some time. He's been a legend of the game way back in the early 90s. He was, like I say, Mr. New Zealand for basketball. That's one indicator right there. If you never heard the name, BJ Anthony Sr., it's hard to say you know, even follow basketball here in New Zealand. So you got the score being 49-39, and you got a timeout. My question would be to you, Greg Elliott, is right now with the Rangers, what do you think they really need to focus on right now?
Well, I think now you've got a 10-point lead. You don't want to take that for granted. That can be eviscerated very quickly. So I think you need to keep taking the ball to the cup. Get your shooters open. I think Clay, I think he's got a hot hand.
Yeah. So for the Saints side of things, keep in mind was like the 2 cheap cars, Super City Rangers shoot 84% from the field. There's 19 shots. They only made 16. Super City Saints only shot 15 times, making 12. So we're not getting too bad of shots from both. It's just I think the turnovers from the Saints is killing them, as well as the easy baskets that they're allowing the Rangers to actually come up with to improve their easy scoring opportunities.
Now, do you think AB will see a Will Heather sighting at all today? Will, product out of Rosmini College up here in Auckland, went down to Wellington to, obviously under the expert tutelage of KB. Looking to ply his trade over in the States. I believe he's signed a scholarship.
Yeah.
A lot of help there from his brothers Sonny and Jeff.
Yeah. I'm hoping that, like with KB, remember, he's a coach that he likes to win at all costs. So I think as long as it's within 10, I like to think he got that hope, like, we can win this, we can win this. But if it goes either other way, where it's like, whoa, you may see him out on the court. I think if it gets down to 20 and KB gets fed up the way his starters are actually producing, I think he will bench him early. He's a very disciplined coach when it comes to those things. If you're not going to produce, you might as well sit on the bench next to him and keep things out there. So now we got 3 minutes, 37 seconds before halftime. At halftime, we'll sit back. We do a nice little interview of one of the players. And
there's some socks being thrown up to the crowd there.
Yes, they got the 2 Cheap Cars T-shirts that are going up. So the 2 Cheap Cars T-shirts that are going up.
Put down there by the man in the back row.
Oh, yeah. And 2 Cheap Cars, like I say, was very fortunate for them to jump on board and be the main sponsors for the Rangers, which is an excellent sponsorship to come through for the guys, as well as for 2 Cheap Cars.
I'm trying to work out, AB, who's looking sharper today, Coach Green or yourself? It's a very dapper suit.
Well, I don't know. I always vote for Adrian. I always vote for me. Like my mother said, Adrian loved me some Adrian. So that's where I roll it out at, yeah. So now we got another charge going the other way to Penny Friday from the Super City Rangers. Decided to put his body on the line.
That is a big risk, too, stepping in front of Majok.
Yes, huge.
That is a unit.
So now we got to be Rangers ball going down. 49-39. Mr. Dylan Boucher takes the ball out of bounds. First pass into Mr. Wilson.
Full court press there from the Saints.
It's the man-to-man. Full court. KB is saying, step it up, fellas. We're down 10. You got to show me some guts and pride. And the Rangers got to keep their composure and just execute. Nice little backdoor cut. Good block by Majuk. Big block on Clay Wilson.
May have picked up the ball one step too early there, Clay.
Oh, yeah. So Super City Rangers ball. Makes a pass up top to Mr. Lindsey Tate. Anahaku.
I can't believe he turned that one down. Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Shot clock violation.
Oh, yeah. Got what they call, you got to have awareness of what goes on. And even as a big, remember, Timene Friday's not an outside shooter. He's more or less a big body in there where it's like, he'll let you know what he can actually do. He likes to bang. He likes to get rebounds. He likes to do the little things, set some hard screens. But if you need him to take an outside shot with 3 seconds left to go, that's not his repertoire. So now Shea Illy has the ball. Pass it to LJ Peaks into Majuk. He's trying to say, get out of the way. Let me do my thing.
Seems to be his go-to move there.
Yes.
Maybe a little
he misses,
right-handed jump hook.
He misses the shot. Scrapes up by Sean Bruce. Now we got the hands of Lindsey Tate. LT. Pass over to Dylan Boucher. Comes around, Clay. Back to Dylan. Find my main guy, Anu Haku, underneath. He swivels and swerves. Back to LT.
Using all of the shot clock here again. 4, 3.
Dom is the strong man. There you go. Dominique Kilman Putu for 2.
Now that's his bread and butter there, working down on the low block.
Oh, and he's strong.
Very good footwork, Dom.
He can go left hand and right hand. Ooh, defensively, he needs to move his feet. That Matador defense does not work against the guards. All bigs need to stay in front. He needs to bend his knees and stay in front of the guy.
The bigs not known for their lateral movement, you could say, AB.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get a hand up on the shooter, but it's like, ugh. Sean Bruce had, I'm taking you to the basket and leaving you there. And now he's at the line shooting 2. Makes the first one.
Very experienced guard, Sean Bruce, and he's bringing a lot of firepower off the bench for Coach KB.
And he makes the second one, so he definitely makes him pay. Now the score is 51-43 in favor of our 2 cheap cars, Super City Rangers. And they just keep executing that backdoor cut, that high screen, and having the guards roll off the back. And ooh, Majuk. He flattens Mr. Dylan Boucher. Whoa, that was not a good one. 51-43. Action of the Moppets to come out. The Boyd Baller Moppets from the Super 2 Cheap Cars. Cleaning the floor up for everyone. Making sure we have a very safe environment. Okay, so going back now, Dylan Boucher, he's looking and eyeing up a nice set play as we only got 1 minute and 42 seconds before halftime. Dylan takes the ball, takes it in bounds. Up to Clay Wilson. Clay Wilson uses point guard expertise skills. He finds Devin Scott. Kicks it out to Anu Haku. Being well defended by LJ Peak. And we find Dylan Boucher underneath. He keeps moving. 5 seconds, 3 on the shot clock. 2, 1. He got the launch one. Oh. Great defense. And Mr. Dylan Boucher gets a technical. Oh, wow. Just got to hold your composure, Mr. Boucher. Technical foul. Mr. Dylan Boucher just being upset. Giving Wellington Saints the opportunity for Jordan Naitai to shoot a couple. I think a lot of frustrations settling in at the moment because the Super City Rangers haven't had a really good possession in the last couple times down. They had a couple bad turnovers and necessarily not even shots that are going up. Either we got bad turnovers going out of bounds or we're just getting shot clock violations. So Jordan Naitai goes there. He misses the first. So now it's the Rangers, the Wellington Saints ball on the side. Kicks it in the back court to Mr. Shea Ellis. So Shea's probing around, trying to execute a play for him and everything. High screen for Shea. He kicks it back for a step back 3 and splash. Only thing Brooke Roscoe to do is put his hands up. Now we got less than a minute to go before halftime. Clay comes down. Ooh, a little bit too strong for the short shot. Yeehaw, yeehaw. Shea Ellie pushes the ball. LJ Peak, so the strong man. LJ Peak. This guy's doing it all just about. Shows his strength. And man, are they bringing it back. The Saints are not falling over. They are really bringing it back and doing it the right way. The bucket counts. Now he's at the line shooting 1. 48 seconds to go, and it's good. So now the score is 49-51, 46 seconds to go before halftime. 2 Cheap Cars, Super City Rangers probing, trying to execute a good offensive set this time around. Ooh, Tupene Friday goes to the hoop, a little bit too strong. Wellington ball going down. Jordan Naitai takes the ball out of bounds. 33 seconds to go. Pass it into Shea Ellie. He decides to let it roll so they can execute a nice play at halftime. Shea kicks it over. Sean Bruce finds Jordan Naitai. He cuts. Whoa! Beautiful cut by Shea Ellie. Nice little backdoor cut. That was beautiful. Beautifully read, beautifully executed by the Wellington Saints. Rangers getting the ball. Turnover happens. Back to LJ. LJ peeks back up again, and he is really out of control. As the smart player, Clay Wilson, decided to stand there, put his body on the line, and takes the charge. So LJ Peak has another foul to add to the name. Okay, we got number 12 into the game. The big fella, Joe Vianina. That's number 12. He's in for the last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. LT goes to the hoop, and it's good. Lindsay Tate, there you go. Exactly what they needed to go into the halftime with. Only being up 2. Score is 53-51. That was really, really good basketball for them both. Seems as though we got ourselves a good ball game on hand. 53-51. Wellington Saints came back from a huge, mega being down almost, 14 points in the game? And they really picked everything back up big time. So now you're looking at a few guys and a few things that need to take place. With the Wellington Saints, they had to get Shea Illy definitely involved. They got him involved. I'm pretty sure that KB is like, he's worried about the fouls on some of his star players, especially with the likes of Leon Henry and the rest of them. So I'm pretty sure that's one of the things they're going to see if they can stay away from. Also with the Super City, two cheap cars, Super City Rangers, I think it's all about doing it right. I think it's all about having that big, huge lead and holding on to it and keeping their composure throughout. They had a lot of useless turnovers. They had a lot of missed shots. You can see they had a frustration from the captain as well as Mr. Dylan Boucher. Big, huge frustration on those things, leading to a technical. And I just feel as though they really need to keep things under grips with those things. So now we go on to Greg Elliott and Mr. Dylan Boucher for the halftime side of things.
Dylan Boucher. Dylan, how did the first half go for you?
Yeah, we started off great. I felt like we came with intensity. Our defense was good. We got a lot of high scoring first quarter, which is what we want. We want to push the tempo. So yeah, I thought it was really good.
Saints bringing on quite a run there on the last of the second half, or second quarter. What are you going to do differently to sort that?
Yeah, we let ourselves down with discipline in the second quarter there, myself included. So, we just got to get back to doing our basics well, playing hard D, and I felt like our defense in that first quarter was good. Second part of the second quarter, we let ourselves down. So, go back to tightening up the screws on D and pushing the ball, pushing the tempo, and hopefully that'll go a long way to being successful at the end of this game.
Well, let's go chat with the team, boy. Thanks, Phil. I now got BJ Anthony here. How are you, champion? Big second half run there, B. What do you put that down to?
Just weathering the storm. We're still not playing that good. They came out real strong, and we just had to stick it out. We're still down. We got to do better.
Now, Pops is the assistant coach for the opposition. What do you need to do in the second half to make sure you get the chocolates at the dinner table tonight?
I don't care about nothing like that. I'm just going to talk more mess and keep hyping our boys and just try to get it done, bro.
Appreciate your time, B.
Thanks, man.
So now we're back into the game side of things. Please keep in mind, we only got the home team of the Two Cheap Cars Super City Rangers playing a game out at West Trust Arena. I mean, the score is only 51 to the Wellington Saints and 53 to the Two Cheap Cars, being only 2 points up, knowing full well it seemed like they blew and didn't capitalize on what they could have been a big stretch and a big blowout of the game, which I thought was a turning point, allowing the Rangers to actually allowing the Saints to actually get back into the game. So right now, we'd like to thank some of the main sponsors for what's going on. First Bishop for the league, naming rights bouncer, Sal's Authentic New York Pizza, as well as TAB, and our suppliers, Moten, for the basketball side of things, keeping the game real and up to par with everything. And even for the Two Cheap Cars Super City Rangers, I'd like to thank the sponsors of Two Cheap Cars first and foremost, as well as Grant Chan, as well as Bartercard, the Trust Arena, the Physio Rehab Group, TBX Nation, SAS Sports, Boyd Basketball Academy, GBC Windstone, as well as JD Transport.
Boyd Basketball Academy, what's that?
It's an academy that actually run in Auckland. We run in Central Auckland. We run it in Central Auckland, just trying to build up that youth development side of things for the kids, give them those opportunities to not only get developed and play the right way, but understand that, you know, you got to do it right to get the right attitude, to be trained the right way. So hopefully you can get to that next level. So with Boyd basketball, I've been involved with it for like the last 5 years. So it's been really, really good.
Nice, man. It's good to see you sponsoring local talent. Shout out to my main man, Prince Kakariki, Daniel Green, who was supposed to be on the mic today, but he is under the weather. So have a danger swig, mate. Oh, yeah. Danger's lager, and you'll be fine, big guy. Look forward to seeing you back here soon.
Oh, yeah. So Greg, tell me, you know, if you're in the locker room right now, if you're in the locker room and I had to sit back and say, hey, I want you to be Mr. Kevin Brasshill, what's the first thing you would sit back and tell you guys?
I think, AB, that last couple of minutes in the game, that run that Wellington went on, I feel like they were going to be having some sort of different conversation until that last few minutes. So I think the Saints will want to come out and play exactly the way they did there to really cut that lead down to 2. Okay. I think the coach will be happy that they've started to show what they are made of.
Oh yeah, they seem as though they did have a very sluggish start at the very beginning. Then all of a sudden they got to the point where it's like now they're picking things up. Well, that's great insight. Now, what if you were Mr. Jeff Green? You know, being very frustrated. What do you think he would say right now?
I would not want to be in the Rangers locker room now. I saw him chastise Tiffany Friday just before. I think Tip missed the defensive assignment. So if that's how he's getting just a blown assignment, I think blowing a lead like that, he's going to be on the boys. And there'll be quite a spray going on in that locker room.
There you have it. Expert advice from Greg Elliott. The score is 53-51. We're here at Trust Arena, and we'll be coming back shortly. Back to you guys.
lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field? Stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's Authentic New York Pizza.
Hi guys, Tom Abercrombie from the Tall Blacks here. I bet you didn't know, but the TAB are big funders of basketball in New Zealand, and Mark's here with a cool new offer.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting for basketball fans out there. If you haven't got a TAB account, download the app and use the promo code BBALL20. Do a $20 deposit, we'll match it, so your balance will be 40 plus we give Basketball New Zealand $20 as well. It's a pretty good offer.
So if a new customer signs up, they get a $20 bonus, plus Basketball New Zealand gets $20 as well.
That's right, Alex, it's a pretty good deal. Do remember, BBALL20 in the promo code when you download the app and put in an account. Enjoy it, have fun, basketball's a great game.
Tukaha.
It means stand strong. To the great challenges we face.
To stand strong with our brothers and sisters.
With our families and our communities.
With our supporters.
With those who lift us up to take on the world.
It's the name of our haka.
Tāringa whakarongo ki Aomori.
Stand strong.
Stand with us.
Tukaha, New Zealand.
Welcome all the online viewers from all over the world. We're sitting here at Trust Arena. Once again, we at Trust Arena out west. My name is Adrian Showtime Boyd, sitting here with my main man, Greg Elliott. And we had a Super City, two cheap cars, Super City basketball game, and the score is 53-51. And once again, Greg, what do you think? What do you think needs to take place?
Man, I think I'm still shaking a bit there, AB. Just standing beside such a legend of such as Dylan Boucher. I think I got a little bit nervous there, but always good catching up with Benny Anthony Jr. as well. As we had a little chat there to Coach Green, he did not mix his words, AP, when he when asked about what the chat was at halftime. I think what I said was along those lines. He gave the boys a spray.
Excellent. So here we go. Like I say, with the game so far in the first half, we got Dominique Kilman-Putu. He's the main man at the moment. He's shooting 2 for 2, 100% from the field goals. For the 2 for 2 side of things, hasn't shot a 3-point yet. He only missed 1 free throw.
That's my guy there, AB. I think that's Rookie of the Year that we're looking at.
Yes. He just needs to add with the rest of the statistics. You know, he doesn't have any turnovers, but at the same time, he do have 3 fouls that pushed him in foul trouble. And I think they need his presence out there on the court. Like I said, he is a good player. He's a strong low post player. He's very dominant. What do you think his main strengths are?
I think he definitely works well in the low block. I said it earlier, he's a teammate of mine, so I've seen him work week in, week out, and he's got a nice touch too. He can shoot the ball, but he definitely likes to finish up and around the rim.
Oh, yeah, he's a big, strong boy. And if you can see, he must have earned a lot of respect from Coach Jeff Green. You know, got him out there as one of the starters. So the two cheap card Rangers are going back with Dominique Kilman-Putu, as well as Clay Wilson, Devin Scott, Lindsey Tate.
Let's change it up, guys.
And we got Majuk. The big fella. See him, yes. He's sitting there with 13 points. He got 3 rebounds. He only got 1 assist. Shooting 75% from the floor. Free throws 100% for Majuk. What do you think about that name, Majuk?
Man, it's so good. You've got to say it twice. I'm just trying to think if I was Greg, Adrian. I don't know if that works, but for some reason, Majuk, it just sounds Legit.
Oh yeah, I physically had to ask him before the game, hey, can you pronounce your name for me? So I sit back and I say it correctly. Here you go. So Majuk, he got juked down low by Dominique. Kilman Putu. So now we got the score being 55-51. Rangers are trying to take over, go back with that dominant side of things.
Definitely want to pick up where they left off, AB.
Oh yeah, sure.
After their big run.
Ooh, nice little crawl in there from number 11, Jordan Natai.
The lead down to 2 now for the Rangers.
Clay Wilson gets the ball.
Big man, spotting up.
Oh yeah, he can do it all. Worst part about it, I don't think there is a weakness in his game. He can low post score, he can shoot, he can run, he can pass. He's an excellent pick for the 2 cheap car Super City Rangers. He's trying to get those hands up defensively.
Now, I'll make fun of Dom for his shoes, but I do see Devin wearing the pink shoes there, but I would not say anything to his face. He is a big guy.
Oh no. Dom back down low again against the small little guard. Ooh. Junior Ali gets it up. And he scores.
The point guard showing Dom how it's done in the low post.
Yeah. Back down the other way. Shea Illy takes control of the ball, kicks it out to Leon Henry, to Jordan Natai. He looks at the 3. Makes the pass to LJ Peak. He spots up, misses. Once again, another rebound for Devin Scott. Pitches it to Lindsey Tate, kicks it out to Junior Ali, and splash. There we go. Whatever Mr. Coach Jeff Green said at halftime, definitely stick it in, definitely working. He got the boys fired up. They're ready to go. Kicks it out to LJ Peaks. He puts his head down. He gets to the cup, makes a pass to Majuk. Did a little dance move underneath, a little spin, went nowhere. Those are fouls coming through that they're trying to milk him all the way from. And he got him for a charge.
Oh, I think it was unlucky there. There's a couple of fouls before that happened.
Well, I don't know. I was about to say it's who's who, but when you got a veteran like Lindsey and you got an up-and-coming player like Shea, both got a big, strong name in the game. So Shea comes down the court after playing some really good. That's the second charge I've seen Shea take, so he's definitely defensive-minded. So these boys are putting in that defensive presence. Leon Henry has the ball.
Yeah, Shea really does it all, doesn't he?
Yes. Majuk. For an easy 2. Looking like Devin Scott tried to go up to the referees and say, hey, I'm going to see if he takes me in the chest. I'm going to see if I can flop on it.
I don't even know if that was a flop, baby. Majuk, if he hits you, I think you stay hit.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, when I talked to B.J. Anthony Jr. before the game and asked him, hey, you know, can you tell me a little bit about Majuk? And he said, AB, he's a strong boy. He's heavy, too. They said, you're not moving him. He's strong. And when you hear B.J. Anthony say someone strong, that means that's a beast down there. So you got Junior Ali spotting up for an easy 2. Now we're kicking it out to a nice lead. Score is 62-55.
Now, I knew little to nothing about Junior Ali before coming into the game, and he has really impressed me with his performance so far.
Oh, yeah. Jordan Natai for 3. A little bit too strong. Shea Illy.
Oh, want to have that one back.
Yes. Kicks it out to Lindsey. Junior Ali again, and splash. Boy, is he feeling it.
They need to get a hand up on that.
Here we go. That's the hype man we're talking about. That's exactly what they needed. Once again, now the game is kicked back out to 65-55. Junior Ali is on fire.
That's it. A 2-point lead extended rapidly out to 10.
Oh, wow. What would you do when you catch a guy like that that's on fire? And the worst part about it is he's shooting it from the outside. He's not dominating the inside. It's spot up just shooting it very, very well.
I think the Saints are they're not pushing up on him. They need to at least get a hand up on the guy. He's getting open shots. Now that could be in part to the Rangers setting screens and getting him open. But I think the Saints really need to fight through that.
Yeah. Looking at both teams, what I'm looking at is it's the matchups. I think both teams are having big problems with the matchup side of things. I like to think that with the Wellington Saints, they're starting a very big unit out there. You know, you got Leon Henry out there, Jordan Natai out there. You know, you got Majuk out there. The only small guy you got is Shea Illy. And with the Super City Rangers, you pretty much got 3 guards out there. And with the 3 guards, you're looking at Clay Wilson, Lindsey Tate, Junior Ali. Those guys are 3 guards that's out there.
Hopefully we get a little, maybe a Jackson Stubbins cameo at some stage. He can light it up.
Oh, big
Shoots
time.
the 3-ball.
Big time. And also, you know, with the 2 Cheap Cars Rangers, you know, they're sitting as a team with 11 assists, as well as the Saints only have 9 assists. So once again, it's not too much into the passing side of things. It seems as though everything's a one-hit wonder, but the Wellington Saints are, if it's a pass down low, it's an easy score. Haven't seen too many people from the Wellington Saints light it up from the outside yet. And with this 2 Cheap Cars Rangers, it's like, man, they are just shooting it well, giving you a little bit of everything.
Now, I bet you gave a little bit of a thank you to the sponsors earlier. Now, I've got to say as well, a bit of a shout out to our fellow commentators, our fellow people behind the scenes, our score bench, everyone that makes it happen. Good on you.
Nice executed play by Kevin Braswell out of the timeout, getting LJ
Heavy
beat.
screen.
Okay, now Rangers into their offense. Back to the hot man. He's probing a little bit.
Oh, mismatch.
Oh, he got the big fella. Ooh, makes a turnover to
nice behind the back.
Leon Henry. And he throws it up there for LJ Peak.
You can put it up anywhere on that back square there, AB, and I think LJ Peak will go up and get it.
Oh, he's very athletic. I think the guy can just, I honestly think he can do it all. He may be Superman without a cape and boots, but this guy can pretty much do it all. He's pretty much keeping the Saints into the ball game at the moment. Okay, Devon Scott misses. Better watch it before he gets a foul. To LJ Peak. He kicks it out to Leon Henry. He's pretty much known for that outside shot. But Majuk.
There it is again, AB, that right-hand jump hook.
Oh, yeah. So now we're in big foul trouble for the import.
Dylan Boucher, Brooke Roscoe checking in. Dominic Kalman-Poto and Junior Ali checking out.
As well as Devin Scott.
And Haku back into the game. Now next week, AB, we got Paul Bristol and the Manawatu Jets coming in. It should be good too. Another home game for the Rangers.
Yes. So Majuk at the line, shooting 2, makes the first. What do you think of his shoes? You like those?
They're definitely big. Those are some monster feet.
Oh yeah, there's some kayaks. All right. Anahaku tips the ball off the rim to Lindsey Tate. Shows his ball handling skills as he brings the ball up the court. Kicks it out to Junior Clay. Kicks it back to Dylan Boucher. Dylan Boucher with a quick travel. I think he was trying to swivel around and give a bump, but those feet decided to do a nice little shuffle.
It's been a long time since I saw Dylan get a technical as well when he knocked that ball away in the first half.
I think with him is yeah. He would pretty much regret it because he hates doing anything that's going to jeopardize or hurt his.
I was a bit nervous when I spoke to him. I was thinking, hopefully he's calmed down since then. So no, it was good to have a good chat with Dill.
Yeah. And I'm like you, I never really, outside the court, never really saw him mad or upset about anything. On the court, it's like, yeah, he puts his passion and heart on it, that's for sure. Okay, Shea Illy gets the ball. He pulls up for an easy 2.
Nothing but the bottom of the net there for Shea Illy.
Oh, yeah. Clay Wilson goes the other way. There you go. Now we're playing Ranger ball, that's for sure.
I'm wondering if Shea's ever had some time off. He's been with the Tall Blacks. He's in doing his Saints and the Breakers.
Yeah.
I wonder if his off-season must be consist of about 3 days. I don't think he takes any days off.
Well, according to Kevin Braswell, is like he's just a gym rat. You know, he's the first guy in the gym. He's always shooting his extra 100 shots, and this is even on game day. I mean, he'll still wake up in the morning time and have a practice before a game. Usually people try to do what we call rest and only go to shoot around, but not Shea. He always feels as though he needs to work and get it going. So now Dylan gets the ball, middle of the lane. Ooh, another turnover. Shea gets the ball. What are you going to get? Nothing but an easy 2 for LJ Peak. Scores 67. Uh-oh, Brooke Roscoe for 3, and it's no good. Let me get...
Lift the hand up too there, Brooke.
Anahaku, 67-67. Anahaku tried to do a nice little tip in, got fouled underneath. So now he's at the line shooting 2. Substitution into the game for Dylan Boucher. Dominique Kilman-Putu.
Lindsay Tate having a conversation about what's for dinner with Marty Davidson there, the ref.
Well, if Lindsay's talking to the refs, it's only because either they missed something that was called that should have been called, or he's giving them a nice earful where it's like, hey, long as you do it right, that's mainly what he cares about.
It'd be interesting to see how much the referees will take here. I don't think he'll be taking too much.
No. Like I say, with the likes of Lindsay Tate, he's been around for years. You know, he's won just as many championships as all the living legends, and he's up there when you talk about living legends in New Zealand. He's definitely up there in that guard status.
As I said earlier, AB, I really hope he is not even thinking about pulling the plug on his career, because he offers a ton.
Yeah, he got a lot of gas in the tank, if you ask me. A lot of gas in the tank. So now we're at the Clay Wilson. Clay Wilson gives it up to Dom. Dom does a nice little spin move underneath and kisses it off the glass for an easy, strong move for Kilman-Putu. Wellington Saints gets the ball. Back to Leon Henry, back to LJ Peaks. They find Jordan Itai down low. With a nice little right-hand dribble.
Ooh, so there's a shuffle of the feet there, but Jordan Itai finishes.
He gives a nice little up and under over the top of Kilman-Putu. Clay Wilson comes up. Ooh, makes the pass to Ana Haku. Ana decides to give me the ball. Give me the ball. Let me get to the rim, and he does it. Ooh, nice little fancy move by Ana Haku. Now we got the up and down flow that is in favor of the 2 cheap cars.
Another guy that would like to see the ball go through the bottom of the net, get the confidence up. He is a scorer, Ana Haku.
Yes. Brooke Roscoe brings the ball down. Pass it back to Ana. He feeling it. He may need a
heat check.
Yeah, well, it's a little cold right now. The door is open. I'm pretty sure if he could take that one back, he should take that one back. I don't think his strength is that outside 3 ball, but I know if you're in Jeff Green's system, it's about, hey guys, you get an opportunity to shoot one, you bend your knees, you give it your best attempt. And Ana pretty much wishes he could take that back and go back to his strength in his game, getting the ball to the basket and showing a lot of energy doing it. But now we're looking at the score, 71-71. 2 minutes and 23 seconds before the end of the 3rd quarter. BJ Anthony checks into the game.
Sean Bruce spots up from the corner. Open.
Ball's been slapped around. Leon Henry gets it down low. And once again.
Tough bucket. Yep. Good finish, Leon.
Clay Wilson a little bit too small in the house.
Soft hands.
Now we got the hot man of the hour. You got Junior Ali comes up. Makes a beautiful pass to Dom. Beautiful pass.
He's definitely brought it tonight, Junior Ali. This Sunday fun day here at Trust Arena.
Oh, yeah. So the 2 cheap cars, Super City Rangers, Dominique Kilman-Putu. He's shooting 2. And once again, he only missed 1 free throw earlier. And you got him down for your Rookie of the Year, huh?
That's my guy. You heard it here first, AB. I think he will, at the end of the season. I spoke to him before he believed he was going to be coming off the bench. So since we had that conversation, he's obviously done enough to show Coach Green that he is deserving more of a role off the bench.
It's not a bad candidate. I can tell you 2 things. He's been doing a lot of work on him, his body. I know he's a nice supportive family. I know the mom and the dad really do work him out. Even the mom takes him for runs and make him do everything to make it possible for him to actually excel in this league. The dad and him has been very good supporters for him. He's usually at any open gym you can think of, and he's actually doing a lot of work outside of training. So he is a gym rat as well, and it shows. I mean, this guy stepped in pretty much into a starting role here at the Rangers, and he's getting the points, and he's been doing great, a fantastic job for the first 3 games of the season.
Bit of a comedian too, old Dom. Thinks he's hilarious.
Yeah, he got jokes. So now the score.
Good ones.
Score is 73-72 in favor of the Wellington Saints. Ball's been kicked out to Leon Henry. Goes over to the side to my main man, Shea Illy. He decides to drive to the basket, kicks it back out to Jordan Itai, and it's a Ooh, too strong of a shot, but it's a rebound by B.J. Anthony. And they try it again, and Sean Bruce jacks one up.
That's a nice stroke on Sean Bruce there.
Oh, yeah.
Flick of the wrist.
He jacked up a nice 3.
Now at 0-2, AB, you think the season's almost on the line here for the Rangers? I know it's early days, but you want them to go 0-3 into the season.
Not at all. Well, keep in mind with the Rangers, their biggest thing is once they gel, I think that they have a lot of things they really need to gel at. I mean, due to the fact at the very beginning of the year, when you go to your first road trip is going to be that double hitter. That's very, very hard for anybody. But they got some good imports. They got a lot of good elements, a lot of good tools that are out there. As soon as they can gel and let everyone get into shape, get in the right frame of mind about that win, I think you're going to get a team to be reckoned for. I think they can easily roll off the last 7 games of the season with nothing but wins. As Brooke Roscoe goes to the hoop for an easy 2.
You definitely got to get the home games, AB.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's Jeff's #1 philosophy.
Unlucky on the road, I think, against the Rams.
Yeah.
As you said earlier, comprehensively beaten by the dark, I don't want to say dark horse, but Nelson Giants. They are the real deal.
Yes. So now looking at the field goal percentages, you know, the Saints are shooting 78% from the field.
I think we do need to close that door, AB. That's
pretty good.
Oh, I apologize, Leon. I take that back.
Free throws are actually killing the 2 cheap cars Rangers at the moment, you know. They're shooting 43% from the free throw line, but they're getting to the line. Uh-oh, there's Dom with the strong move. Ooh, B.J. Anthony showed he got a little muscle down there for it.
2-on-1. There's that kick out we talked about earlier, AB.
Yes.
2-on-1, and then kick it to the 3-point line.
I think nowadays the main transition is spreads the floor, makes the defense figure out what are you going to do. If you can take an easy, wide open 3, especially for a shooter, got to knock it home. Other than that, go for the easy 2, which is going to be a layup. Now the score is 79-74. We got 33 seconds to go before the end of the third. Once again, my name is Adrian Boyd. We're sitting here with Mr. Greg Elliott, giving you our professional advice on what goes on at Trust Arena between the Super City Rangers and the Wellington Saints. So now with the timeout, you see the tables have changed. You know, the assist side of things, you know, both teams are sitting at 12 assists apiece. The steal side of things, Wellington Saints has 3 steals. Two cheap cars sitting on only 2 steals. The blocks, you know, nothing in it for the Saints. They don't have a block, but at the same this quarter. But the turnovers have been huge. I mean, Saints are sitting on 8, 2 cheap cars sitting on 7. The fouls, you know, you're looking at 2 cheap cars with 15, Saints with 13. The field goal percentage is the one that really kills. 2 cheap cars at 68%, Wellington Saints at 72%. And the 3-point line, Saints are shooting at 66% from the 3-point line, which is huge. And I like to think it was like, as long as they continue to knock down that outside shot, we got ourselves a different ball game in our hand. And the free throws are not in favor of the 2 cheap cars. They're only shooting 46% from the free throw line.
Yeah,
I mean, that's only half. So once again, that is a big, huge puller in the score. If you're going to get fouled, you got to be able to go there and knock them down.
I think the Cygnus Saints, they shot by their standards very poorly at home versus Southland, and so I think they're definitely missing Jordan Mills, his 3-point stroke. So yeah, I think the big last quarter as well.
Yeah. Like I say, with the field goal side of things, even though they're shooting a bad percentage, it's still about even. You know, Saints took 44 shots, 2 cheap cars took 45 shots, but once again, you know, you got one team shooting a higher percentage. Of course, it will reflect on the score. So now we got Shea Elliott at the line, shooting 2.
Now the Rangers earlier did have a double-digit lead, as you mentioned, AB. Up to 6 now for the Saints, so it's quite a big swing since halftime.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they can get their starters back on the floor for a good run. I see Jeff decide to put in Carl Buck to handle the ball for a little bit. Hopefully to buy some time this quarter, give their starters a little bit more. Ooh, and Brooke Roscoe makes an easy turnover, and this turns into an easy 2 points for the Saints. Once again, it's just a bad pass.
With 18 seconds left on the clock, Coach Green has seen what's just happened, and he's not happy with that turnover, and he's immediately looking to put Clay Wilson back into the game.
Whoa.
You know that's a yank when there's...
Yeah, but it's only 6 seconds left, so I don't think that substitute's going to do any good. Whoa. So Carl Buck goes to the hoop, flicks it up with the left. I think he was anticipating some contact or a foul.
Messi into the quarter there.
Yes.
All right, fourth quarter. What needs to be done here, AB, for both teams to get the W?
Man, to be truthful with you, the only thing the Saints really have to do is keep moving, doing what they've been doing this whole quarter. I mean, if you look at the score, they actually changed it back around. They were down 10, now they're only up. A couple points here and there. They really need to stay focused on what exactly they're doing. The Rangers need to find out where that fire's at. They got to go back with the hype. I like to think it was like when they go out there with a lot of energy and the things are working for them, it keeps the momentum going. But these the dumb fouls and more importantly having Devin Scott off the floor, it goes to show you was like they need him out there. They're very productive with him being on the floor than off the floor. And by him being in foul trouble, he's going to have a huge fourth quarter to reckon with. Because KB, I know full well you're going to look at Majuk, go right at him. I mean, this guy can do nothing but put his hand up. Either you foul or you give us 2 points. And I have a gut feeling he's going to have to play some matador defense or what I call some very smart defense. And hopefully be able to sustain something because defense is definitely going to win this ball game right about now.
Because you're right there about Devin Scott. I think once he comes out of the game, I think the depth at the center position in this league, I don't think they really have a sort of a backup center that can sort of come in and be that sort of defensive presence. So,
yes. Well, and also keep in mind with the Saints has been like, you know, LJ Peaks, he's just been consistent from every quarter going through. And even with his scoring side of things, he's doing it all. You know, scoring from the outside, scoring from the inside. I didn't look at him as a good solid passer yet, but then again, though, he's known as just a scorer. Plus, on top of that, you know, you got Jordan Naitai. He's having some really good looks at the basket, and he's nailed a couple. So I think when you get the confidence from a shooter to have a good couple open looks, it means a lot.
And Jordan Naitai, he killed it for the Taranaki Mountaineers. He's now moved back to his home, Wellington, and he's really come along in leaps and bounds, doing really big things.
Oh, yeah.
I first questioned his decision to move from the Mountaineers. He was sort of the guy. He was the starter, and he was getting big minutes, scoring a lot of points, doing everything. Made the decision to move down to Wellington. I was a bit hesitant when he did it. I thought, what? And but yeah, now he's. I had to eat my words because he's with the Breakers, Tall Blacks, and he's under the expert tutelage of KB, Coach Braswell here at Wellington Saints.
Oh yeah. Ooh. So we got Lindsay Tate getting the ball. Hope he doesn't have any injuries right there. Foul should have been on Shea Illy. So now you're looking to score 83 to Wellington Saints, 74 to our two cheap cars, Super City Rangers. Lindsay Tate has the ball, brings the ball to court in the final fourth quarter with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Trying to run a set play. Kicks a nice pass to Clay Wilson into the main man, Devin Scott. Devin has B.J. Anthony guarding him like a glove. And Devin saying, ooh, must be too much for him. Jordan Naitai shows his ball handling skills. Makes a nice kick. Sean Bruce can't finish. Dylan Boucher gets a rebound. Kicks it out to LT.
What a pass, LT.
He did the diamond pass to my main man, Junior Ali.
Junior Ali needs to shout him something later on because they'll put him on a plate right there.
No doubt. But the Rangers need to keep this up-tempo game going on to give themselves a chance. They need to make sure they're going up and down. And you can see they're trying to get it back in play.
The big man there running the lane.
Ooh, and it's a block. You will find out, like I say, Devin Scott, he can pretty much do it all. He can handle the ball. He can make the good pass. He can shoot the ball. He's a low post player. He can pretty much do it all for the team. So right now, the two cheap cards Rangers have the ball. Dylan Boucher kicks it in to Lindsay Tate. It looked like the Wellington Saints look like they're in a 2-3 zone with BJ being in the middle. And now it's switched back to a man-to-man.
8 minutes 40 to go. 7-point lead here to the visitors. The Cygna Saints.
Yeah. So for the Rangers into the ball game, Clay Wilson, Dylan Boucher, Junior Ali, Devin Scott, and Lindsay Tate. And this is a very crucial quarter for them all. You got to close the door right now if you're going to do anything, or you better excel in the league. You don't want it to go down to the wire. Junior Ali gets it. He's the hot hand man for the Rangers. And he gets it to Lindsey Tate for a wide open three, and it's cash. LT for three.
I think the scouting report would definitely say give him that, but he has hit 2 now.
So now you got Shea Illy goes the other way. Use his smartness and skills and decides to draw a foul. Should be side ball out on the side.
Now I know, Adrian, in your playing days you are known for a bit of an assist, but in the commentary booth right now you've brought some jet planes, so appreciate you, big man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Need to keep your sugar up.
Eat them up, eat them up. Okay, Jordan Naitai takes the ball out of bounds. Passed it into Majuk. Hands it off to Shea Illy. Leon Henry sets a nice ball screen, but a little bit too high. Goes out of bounds. Shea Illy's eyes lit up when he saw Majuk standing there for the alley-oop, and it went alley out.
We're looking forward to seeing that as well. Obviously during the Breakers season, the Illy Majuk connection.
Oh yeah, he's a strong guy. They'll use him big time. Leon Henry gets another steal.
Hopefully by then they're a bit more of an oiled machine, and those alley-oops go to hand.
Leon Henry. Woo.
Shot clock violation?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that being 24 seconds at all. Nowhere near. I thought they only went down and from a steal made a pass. I don't think it was reset properly.
Might have been the 3-on-3. Look at the 12-second shot clock.
Oh, that's exactly what they put it at. So I think the referee's going to have to give a nice little huddle. So you're going to have Ryan Jones, Marty Davison, Duran Few. They need to talk it up and find out what do we do in this situation.
Speaking of 3-on-3, congratulations to the New Zealand women's team, gold medalists. The 3-on-3 tournament in Shenzhen, China. And also a bit of a shout out to the men. Competed hard. My boy Rory.
Yeah, go. So the score is 83-79, and going back to what actually took place with the fact that there you go, Leon has the ball, and yeah, the shot clock should not have went off at all. Even though Leon made the baskets, I think they're going to have a decision to make. What takes place there?
Nice scoop layup.
Yes.
Even if it's not counted, it looked pretty.
So it's Wellington ball on the side. They give him 14 seconds on the shot clock. Wellington ball to handle. Pass it over to Leon Henry. He decides to do his main thing. Goes to the hoop.
Since I finished it on the last position, I'll just do the same thing and have another go at it.
Oh, yes. Keep in mind, Leon Henry's a veteran of the game. This guy been around for quite some time, winning championships with the Saints. He's an old Avondale product. So coming from the west side up here is like, wow, those are Avondale guys. Just love what he's doing. They keep it all in the family.
BJ as well, Benny.
Yes, BJ Anthony, Lindsey Tate, Leon Henry, those are all the Avondale guys. And back in the day, my goodness, they was a force to be reckoned with. Now you're seeing where their expertise and skill set leaves them, playing in our National League here in New Zealand.
Just give them your lunch money.
Yes. Passed it to Junior Ali. He kicks it out to Dylan Boucher.
So you see him, as I said earlier, working that backside.
Yes. He'll slide it into it. Shea Illy passed it out to Jordan Naitai into Leon Henry.
Nice.
And he finds Majuk, who punches a dunk in. I don't mean he laid it in. He punched it in. That was, outstanding with a lot of force.
Mama, there goes that man. That was ferocious.
Yes, he's a big, strong body, heavy body.
What did the rim do to him, maybe?
Oh, he must be mad at it.
Yeah.
But that's mainly what he does. So now they... turnover. Clay Wilson.
That is the worst spot to turn the ball over to, right in front of the opposition bench. He got a spray there.
Especially in that corner, and had to give Clay Wilson any advice. Is like, man, you're a shooter. You got to catch and put it in the air. You got to shoot it. You can't do the dribbling side of things and not go anywhere. You got to catch and shoot it.
I love the confidence of young Will Heather there. Oh, Shea went to punch that.
Whoa. So now the score is 88-79, 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Rangers need to create this fast-paced game, and bam! There you go. What you can do, I can do. What you see, I see.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Scott goes down the middle and flushes it home. Whoa.
This fourth quarter's really turned up.
Oh, yes. There's only 7 points in it. So now it's all about execution. Both these teams trying to get that first win, trying their best to get that first win. Shea goes up for 3. It's not good, but the hustle from LT is there. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh!
Oh, snap. Against the glass.
Says no.
Uh-oh. Against the glass. Whoa, Shea was like, let me see what I can do.
Get that out of here.
Man. I think for all your young kids that are out there, when you're going against a shot blocker back there, please do me a favor. Don't just give them a chance. Go right into the body. Go right into the body. That way they really can't get off the ground, and hopefully you can get a nice lay-in. Because Shea, that was just like a vertical leaping contest. Just hit it against the glass. Now we got Sean Bruce, who has the ball. They're trying to look for Majuk. Get Dylan Boucher on him. Kicks it back out to Leon Henry, who shot fakes, decided to pull up for a 3, and cashes it in off the glass for 3.
Thought Dylan Boucher might look to pull the chair out there of Majuk. Get his body weight.
Good pass. Get him.
Oh.
And count it. There you go.
Black Hawk down. Jordan Natai.
Oh, Mr. Boucher going to show his professionalism. He'll help him out. There you go. That's a world-class guy right there. A very classy guy.
Being the Breakers general manager as well, maybe I think you want to make sure that one of his players is safe.
I don't know. Like I say, when Dylan has that philosophy, we get on the floor, you get on the lines, it's game time. He don't carry the badge and the banner with him like that. He goes at it, you know, and he can't wait to give you a hard foul if he needs to. So he will definitely give it to you.
That's what I like to see, even though there's other players between different teams with social media and whatnot. Everyone sort of, you know, is quite friendly with each other. It's good to see when they do step on the court.
Oh, it's on. It's game time. Yes, indeed. So Dylan Boucher's at the line shooting 2. Has his normal traditional, I call it the old shot fake at the line. When he should have got a violation again. And I love Dylan's free throw. He's not an excellent free throw shooter. He has that little slow release and look like a shot fake, but it's not. That's his normal routine shot.
I've been done by that a couple of times, man.
Yeah. I don't think Majuk saw the scouting report on Dylan Boucher. You better protect the ball when he's around you. He is a thief. He will get you some steals. He will be very, very aggressive on you.
You see the return of Dom coming in for Boucher.
Yes. So Jordan Natai takes it out of bounds. And we got the main guy, LJ Peaks, back in the building. Pass it off to Leon Henry for 3, and splash, another 3. Now the Rangers got to sit back and recoup, find out what they got to do next.
Leon was almost MIA in the first half, and all of a sudden, this fourth quarter outburst here, he's really bringing it home.
There you go. Last shot was made by Devin Scott. And Sean Bruce decided to make a pass in. Ooh. Nice hand in there by Junior Ali and the rest of them. But it's still Saints ball underneath.
9-point lead to the Cygnus Saints, AB. Well, 4 minutes 30 on the clock. What do you...
Well, if the Super City Rangers don't start playing defense, because the Saints are pretty much doing whatever they want. They're going to the hoop. They're shooting threes. It's like, I think it needs to start from the Rangers actually playing some defense. You got to want to play defense. It's not just going to happen to you. The ball's not going to just come to your hands because there's a missed shot. You got to go get it, and you got to play some good defense.
With the Saints knocking down those threes as well, it's opening up a lot of space inside for Majuk to go to work.
Yes. Well, it's only because the guards are not rotating out. You know, you got Jordan Natai. He's shooting threes. And when the guards are Super City players that are running out to actually stop them from the three-point, they're running them off of it, but you're running off guards that are going to the hoop. And so either they're going to get an easy layup or they're going to get a non-contested three-point shot. And that's exactly what's taking place. That's why the score is 94-85.
Natai is such a versatile player as well. Big body, can shoot the ball, can handle the ball. Just does a bit of everything. So I think we would probably be one of the first signings that Coach Braswell was looking to make in that offseason.
Yes. Like I say, even with during the offseason for the Saints, you know, Mr. Braswell, he is very particular on what type of player he wants. He's not the type just to take anybody. I mean, if you don't fit inside his program or fit inside his style of coaching, is like he pretty much won't use you. He does have a nice group of guys that are his development guys that are down in Wellington. I mean, I know it's about 15 guys that I even know. We even sent down a couple guys up from Auckland to go down to be part of that. And once again, they're just getting the training and development side of things through Kevin Braswell, because they did a fantastic job even in North Harbor basketball. You know, he was the development officer up here, and trust me, North Harbor basketball is no joke in Auckland.
Also a teammate of mine, KB. We had a couple of seasons together.
Yeah, so I like
he knows where to put the ball.
Yeah,
he's still got it too.
Oh. He ain't no match for no Adrian Showtime boy, but he all right. You know, he know the rules of the game, the way I look at it. Okay, so we got Shea Illy at the line. And what is he gonna do on that first shot? Splash.
Did you even doubt it for a second?
Not at all. Not at all. He's been very, very consistent in what he's been doing. He works extremely hard at his game. He crafts it very, very well. And he misses one. And Dom gets it.
Talked him up.
Yes.
Oh,
Dom.
Yeah, he just stopped there.
And he stepped back. Uh-oh.
Tough shot. Hand in his face there, Devin.
Majuk. Shea Illy has the ball. They're going to slow it down and take out that clock for a little bit. So now the Super City Rangers get to step it up a little bit. Leon Henry feels as though he got a mismatch. Brings Majuk out. Trying to get to their main man, Shea Illy, at the top. And they pass it in underneath. Majuk.
Oh, wow.
Another
athletic move.
Another dunk from a flat-footed dunk.
Now, if the Rangers do let this slip away, I think they'll really look at that near the end of the second quarter where the big lead was slipped away.
Yes. I think the Rangers at the moment, they got to take advantage of the guards, the forwards, everything. I think they need to more or less push the ball.
This is turning into a dunk fest out here, and I'm not complaining.
Leon Henry, long, lanky Leon decides to stretch out and give you one on a fast break.
Always been a tremendous athlete, Leon.
Yep.
Shot selection here for the Rangers has really gone downhill fast.
Yep. Well, looking at
the Saints getting these open
looking
looks.
at Devin Scott. Ooh, to Lindsey Tate. I think Devin Scott's trying to draw fouls, milk fouls, but the referees are having no bar of it. It's like, you know, these are just the rules of the game, especially with the way the referees are calling it.
As you mentioned earlier, that the imports getting used to how things are called here in New Zealand.
Yeah, well, some of it gets quite frustrating, especially if you don't have a scouting report, as Leon Henry hits another three. If you don't have a nice scouting report, at least get a good feel of how they referee here. And it's a big, huge change. I mean, I saw a lot of good, talented imports come over here, and they just lose it mentally because they're not able to sustain the refereeing side of things. And I personally have been over here quite some time, and well, they do a fabulous job. What I say, they do the best they can when they're out there. You know, they're not biased towards anything. So
gotta show love to the referees.
Yes, gotta show love for them.
Without them, we wouldn't even have the game. So kudos to these gentlemen that are out there today. The whistles.
So the score is 102-87. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Shea Illy decides to drive to the basket.
Really using
he got
all
Junior
that.
Clay on him. And now he's about to get a taste of his own medicine as Shea Illy jacks it up, and it's a foul. Being a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, I think he'd want that one back, Clay.
Well,
just getting the hand in the cookie jar.
I try to tell everybody, it was like, some guys just need to put a hand up and box out, but everyone wants to go for the block. So I think that's where we're losing it at.
Yeah, if you see a guy shooting an off balance sort of fadeaway jumper, I think just a hand up would suffice.
Yes. Shea back in the line. He missed one earlier. Think he'll miss one now? Nah.
Well, I wanted to see it going before I answered that question.
Well, he got another one. What do you think of this one?
Oh, mate, cash.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a youngster here about to check in.
And
Who we got over there,
Cash.
KB? That's coming to the game.
Is that number
23?
Yep. Sarko. Sarko checks into the game.
Welcome to the big league, Sarko.
Yes.
Make the most of your time out there, young fellow.
Yes. He's been one of those guys in trainings. He went down to the Blitz with the Two Cheap Cars Rangers. He had an excellent showing down at the Blitz, which is their preseason. Even though there was a couple wins, couple losses for them, but he played very, very good, very outstanding. Coach Green likes him, love his athleticism. Plus, on top of that, he plays very, very hard. He goes right at it. He's a hard case when it comes out there to try to make something happen. So,
ex-Ranger Hiram Harris, big standout there down at that Blitz tournament.
Yes.
Now playing his trade with the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
Yes, the lefty. So now LJ Peaks brings it up. We got 1 minute and 44 seconds to go to the end of the game. Dylan Boucher's back in. Peaks goes to the hoop, loses control over the ball, and it is still Wellington ball.
Off the fingertips here of the young fella.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so we got Majuk. Oh, 2 points for LJ Peak. Majuk made a nice little pass there, so the guy can pass and shoot. Dylan Boucher gets the ball. Back door, didn't go. Leon Henry gets the ball. He slowly brings it up. Look like Wellington Saints want to milk that clock so they can get that first win of the season off their back. And Dylan Boucher does a reach-in wraparound foul.
I might love your leave, AB. I might go try and track down these coaches at the end of this game.
Here you go. So we still got 106-89 with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. And look at the Saints. They're shooting 61% from the three-point line. 61% from the three-point line. LJ Peaks at the line, shooting 2. Seems as though second half, the Wellington Saints decided to take care of business. You know, as far as the rebounding side of things, at halftime, everything was pretty much even. But they took over as far as the rebounding, as far as outside shooting. So whatever they had to do at halftime, whatever KB decided to come out with, they really executed. They really got things going. For the Super City Rangers, at the point where it's like, man, trying to find out where the wheels go off at and capitalize on what they really need to get going with. Because they showed signs and flashes of being a really good team. As Dylan Boucher sets it up for a three-point shot. Off the mark. Rebound by Majuk. Now we got LJ Peaks bringing the ball down the court. In the last 48 seconds to go in the game. Junior Ali's guarding him. Peaks kicks it out to Jordan Naitai. Spots up at the top of the key, and he misses it. Joeli Va'anina is in the game. Shot by Devin Scott. It's a miss. Majuk with another defensive rebound. Now they want to run the ball, run the clock out. 26 seconds to go. Ooh, Jordan Naitai gets it. Passes it out to number 4, Jackson Steubens. So he gets fouled. So now he's going to be able to put his name in the record books. So Jackson Steubens should be at the line. Scores 108-89. And what has he got to offer? Coming off the bench code a little bit. Sometimes when you've been sitting down for quite some time, that first shot may not be cash like you want it to be. But I'm pretty sure, ooh, and he's 0 for 2. But I'm pretty sure, once again, if you're in the Wellington Saints, you're no joke. Like I say, KB must see a lot of good in it. Devin Scott down low. He decides to power it up for easy 2. Now we got 6 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. So now that's ball game. Scores 108-91 in favor of your Wellington Saints. 2 cheap cars, Super City Rangers, sitting on 91 points. Ooh. It's the 4th quarter. So Wellington Saints actually get their first win of the season. I'm pretty sure that they'll be very, very happy to get that monkey off their back quite early. Oh, yeah. So now we got to find out exactly what goes on with everything. We got our coaches to do a nice little interview for the winning coach, as Greg Elliott's trying to find him, as well as our Sal's MVP will be coming up as well. So looking at the final score, 108-91. Wellington Saints came up to Trust Arena and had a really good outing against the 2 cheap card Rangers. 2 cheap card Rangers, when they first came out came out to score, it got to the point where it's like, man, they really got into it. Now we got both teams after the game. They always huddle up. Wellington Saints are huddling up to make sure they do their last talk, as well as the two cheap cars, Super City Rangers, huddling up so they can find out exactly what they need to get going with, staying positive and reflecting on this game. I'm pretty sure if Dylan Boucher's leading everything, it's like, guys, we need to work on this, we need to work on that. But at the end of this huddle, you leave it there. You bring your right attitude to training on the next one. Going forward, we got to leave what we have behind, take the goodness from this, and let's work at it. So now they're going to give a bunch of respect back to the fans, nice little fans and crowd support. We also like to thank our major sponsors, Sal's, for being our NBL sponsors. We also like to thank TAB and Moulton Basketballs. So Moulton for the real game. And TAB, make sure you guys go to TAB, get your bet on. Make sure you guys go there and give it a go, give it a chance. And Sal's Pizza, delicious, hot pizza. Extra cheese pizza, pepperoni, sausages pizza. You got to think pizza, you must be thinking of NBL. So please go to Sal's, get your grub in, go to TAB, get your gamble on, as well as get that Moulton basketball, get those things going. Okay? Once again, the final score 108-91. We're going to go with a small little interview that's going to be taking place. Hopefully in the interview, they're going to be talking about what is it that the Super City Rangers going to need to do. And what is some of the things that's going to be taking place. You've got BJ Anthony Sr. He'll be the main guy in the interviewing side of things, and that'll be taking place shortly. So in about a couple seconds, we're going to go with BJ Anthony Jr. and Greg Elliott. And can we do it right about now?
All right, I'm joined here by winning coach Kevin Braswell. How does that feel, Coach?
Anytime you come on the road and get a victory, it's a plus. You know, the guys, we still having too many mental lapses on defense, but I mean, it's a new group, they're improving, and you know, while you're improving, if you can actually come and get the win, it's always great. I tip it off to the Rangers, man, to face what they faced last week and struggle, and then they bring an import in here and then kicked out butts for 3 quarters. You know, I know they're going to be better and better each week, just like us. They're a new group, just like we are. So, I mean, every team is finding themselves right now, and you know, it's good to come on the road to get a win.
Now, you were down early, and you came back in that second quarter with a big run to bring it to half. They were down by 2 at halftime. What did you say to the boys at halftime?
You probably really don't know what I said to them at halftime. It was a little bit better than last week when we were playing Southland. But I just think that with us, sometimes it's effort and it's the toughness that I'm talking about, and not, you know, it's not the toughness that most people think. It's just toughness that when you come on the road trying to get a win, making plays on the defensive end, making sure we take, you know, good shots and things like that, and that's what we need to start building on. And you know, they did it more in the second half, but the first half was a struggle.
Now, I know you got a flight to catch, Coach, so I'll let you go.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. All right, good job, man.
I'm here now with Coach Anthony. Commiserations, Coach. I chatted with your son at halftime, and I said to him, what do you guys need to do in the second half to win the game? Because they have the bragging rights at the dinner table. He was quite excited about that.
Yeah, he got the bragging rights at the moment, but we'll be back. Our guys showed some inconsistencies in the second half, but the first half we played a very good game. But it's a game of 2 halves, and we just got to be more consistent down the stretch. We had some really good scoring from Junior, and our imported players, the big fella, Devin, he was doing okay in the paint, and we just got to get Clay more involved. And once we figure out that formula to get that balance, whether it's inside or outside, then we'll be able to compete even better and come out with some wins.
You had a big lead in that first quarter, and then sort of eviscerated a bit, went downhill in that second quarter. What happened there, Coach?
Well, once Coach had to go to the bench, and you know, we got a brand new young team as well, and they still getting to go to know each other. So the experience levels are different, and the confidence levels are different. But once we can get everybody on the same page, then we can Coach can know how to put his substitutes into whatever. Once he make a substitution, it'll give it a lift as opposed to dropping off. And once he had to make those changes, it dropped off quite a bit.
Hey, thank you very much for your time, Coach Anthony. Always a pleasure. Try and
Both teams, yep, got it. Okay, so there you have it. Once again, the final score was 108-91. And if you think about everything, looking at everything, you know, you got the Saints. They got a game May 11th, which is on a Friday. They're going against Hawke's Bay at the TBS Bank Arena. And our Rangers, Saturday, May 12th, they got the Jets. And we're back again live here at Trust Arena. So once again, it's like now we hopefully that the Saints can sit back and continue with their winning side of things after going 1-1, which is not their ideal of a good season right now, because those guys like to be undefeated because they got a nice pedigree and a nice history behind what the Saints can actually do. And the Rangers be looking to get their first win. So watch out. I'm trying to tell everybody, watch out, Jets. When you guys come back here, it's going to be mean. It's going to be going right at it. So also, we're going to go right into our MVP. We got our MVP up, our MVP for the Sal's MVP, and we're going right to them right now.
I'm here with Sal's MVP, Shea Illy, Tall Black, Saint, Breaker. How'd that feel, mate?
Is it live? Yeah. Oh, all right. No, it was great to get the win on the road. You know, everyone played well today, and it was a slow start, but we got there in the end.
Sal's MVP, feeling good?
It's great, you know, just try to do my best, and yeah, I don't know, do we send the money to the charity? I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no clue, but yeah.
Anyways, mate, hometown hero, good to come back, play amongst pretty much home fans.
Yeah, it's always good to come back. I used to play for the Rangers, so it's always good to come back and see familiar faces, and yeah, play along well against Lindsay and Bouch, but that was a great game, and yeah, hopefully we move forward from last week, our loss, and get that win at home against the Hawks.
Thanks very much for your time, Shea Illy. Always a pleasure, my man.
There you have it. Our MVP, Sal's MVP, Shea Illy. He decided to sit back and give you his words to insight, contributions, and acknowledgments on things. Plus, on top of that, the final score was 108-91. I'd like to take the time out to thank some of the Two Cheap Cars Super City Rangers sponsors as we look at the sponsor of Two Cheap Cars first and foremost, Grant Shand, expert insurance lawyers, Bardacar, and we can't forget the Trust Arena, Physio Rehab Group, TXB Nation, SAS Sports, Boyd Basketball Academy, GBC Winstone, and JD Transport. Also, our league sponsors we'd like to thank. Sal's for being the #1 league sponsor for the NBL, as well as TAB and Moulton. On behalf of myself and Greg Elliott, we'd like to say thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for listening to us, for all our viewers all over the world. Greg, very quickly, would you like to add something or say anything, or just keep the acknowledgments up to ourselves? So right now, once again, we would like to just thank everybody for having a good listen. Making sure you guys stay tuned, stay up for our next match. Remember, keep following the NBL. It is huge this year. It's going to be very, very competitive throughout the whole year with all the games. I don't think we have a weak team inside the competition. Don't let the wins and losses fool you, because there's no such thing as a team that's not that good. Each and one of these games are going down to the wire. Our next home game for the Rangers is going to be against the Jets. Once again, that's next Saturday, May 12th. And that's a 5 p.m. game here at Trust Arena. So all over the world, let's thank everybody for giving us a nice shout-out. Please keep in mind the games that are coming up. Thursday, May 10th, we got the Southland Sharks versus the Jets, and that's down at Evercargo Stadium. Friday, May 11th, you got the Wellington Saints versus the Hawke's Bay Taylor Hawks. That's at TBS Arena in Wellington. That'll be a barn burner. I'm pretty sure Wellington Saints will pack it out. That's a given right there. The boys are back on a win streak, even though it's only their first one. And Saturday, May 12th, 5 p.m. here back at Trust Arena in Henderson. You got the Two Cheap Cars Super City Rangers versus the Jets. So the Jets are on their way for a double hitter that weekend. They got a Thursday night game as well as a Saturday. Hopefully the boys can be up to it. And the last game, May 12th, you got the Taylor Hawks going against the Nelson Giants. So the Jets got a doubleheader as well as the Hawks got a doubleheader. And Giants basketball down in Nelson, this no joke. Those boys are playing really, really good basketball down there. So once again, kick it out. Keep following the NBL. All the games will be exciting and super duper fun. Very competitive. On behalf of myself, Adrian Showtime Boyd, and Greg Elliott, I'd like to say all the viewers throughout the world, thank you so much for listening.